Welcome to Rhinos and Aliens.
Oh, I hear me now. Ha! I hear me. Yeah, Miami's third.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Rhinos and Aliens, women and men.
Did I finish my hot chocolate already?
Yeah.
It was empty? All right. What's up, guys? I'm Sebastian.
And I'm Francis.
Yeah, for once we started off on the right foot. On the left foot.
Can you put that shit to mute?
Yeah, bro. Jesus. He's yelling at me. Sorry, I can't control my popularity.
I fucking hate you right now. Okay, so you guys are joining us for another Rhinos and Aliens After Dark. And
Today's a sad day. Today's a sad day after a sad day.
obviously anybody who's keeping up with sports, Kobe Bean Bryant is officially dead. We don't know,
And his daughter.
as well as 7 other people.
Yeah. That's sad.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, you live under a rock. It was a helicopter crash near Calabasas, California,
Yes.
and 9 people died.
9 people died, 1 pilot, 8 passengers. And they don't know exactly how the passengers died, but initial sources are it wasn't from the crash itself.
And they were on their way to the practice facility where his daughter plays.
Yeah.
And they were all waiting for them there.
So, okay, so what do you want to do this today, or do you want to wait till more information is out and then give condolences? Because
I think it's right to probably wait for more information, but
I completely agree. So I'm glad you said that. We just both agreed that we should put it out there. We didn't want to go into an episode acting like it never happened because that's
yeah,
disrespectful in its own right.
for sure.
Technically, the bodies have not actually been identified by the law.
Really?
Yes, because they still have not identified the bodies. Like, people know
Who was on it, but
because of the registration of the helicopter.
okay.
They had a list of people on, but the law itself has still not.
Identified.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have not gone on record saying, yes, these 9 people are the people on the list.
Yeah.
It just, people do common math.
Yeah.
And TMZ, the moment they broke the story, they straight up said all the names from the get-go. So that's,
can I just say TMZ is so good at breaking news first. Even though initially they said none of the kids were on the plane. I think that's what they said. They said, yeah.
initially they said it was only 4.
That he was survived by his family, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you rush to news, you get shit wrong. But the fact that they broke it, I feel like they break every major.
They break every major death, bro.
That's crazy.
Like every type of death I think of, be it Mac Miller, be it Paul Walker,
Michael Jackson, everything.
and if we're being technical, it is distasteful when the world finds out before the family. That is the fucked up part.
Yeah. And also if they rush to get the news out and there was 5 people missing.
Yes, including his
Own daughter.
Which, can you imagine how the wife is feeling? Like,
Why didn't she found out from TMZ?
No, she did.
She did?
That's what, bro. When TMZ broke the news, the law had. They didn't even know who was on the plane, let alone identified the bodies.
Wow. How did TMZ know, or where did they get 4 other people from?
The only thing I could think of is that they had somebody in the area, and the person saw.
People getting in the plane?
Well, no, they saw the 5 bodies or 4 bodies burned up, and they didn't see the other.
Damn. All right, well. Let's move on to a lighter topic.
Yes,
There's
because
only so much we can say.
yeah,
It's just a tragedy, but...
and we're kind of time constrained right now, so
Yeah.
when we have, be more respectful.
Okay.
We would do that. Okay, so can I just say, bro, I'm one of those people. I am touched by people who influence me, not necessarily the closeness of the relationship. Like, obviously, I don't know Kobe Bryant. I never met him. I never saw him in person. But he was the person who got me into basketball. He is the reason why I'm a Lakers fan.
Yeah. So what are we discussing today? Standings? What are we getting into?
Well, I have some. I have a couple random facts. So when we get into the stands, I'll throw that shit out there. But I want to talk. Let's make it natural. because there are some surprises. Milwaukee, the fact that they're doing what they're doing, I know it's the East, but
40-6. And remember,
they're only the 7th team to do that, by the way.
2 through 6 in the East is loaded. Yeah, so you can't even say the East thing anymore.
Well, you can technically say the East thing because the East is
7 through 15 is whack.
yes.
Okay. I get it.
Oh, and we're also talking. Can we talk about All Stars, bro? Because can
Snubs.
Do you want to talk about that first? Let's talk about.
Let's talk about that first. Why is fucking Jimmy Butler listed as a front player, which fucked them and being a starter? But if you're telling me Trae Young is a starter over Jimmy Butler, who has his team 3rd in the NBA. No, I think they're 5th now because of the West. But they're 2nd in the East, 3rd in the East. Fuck, because Toronto won last night.
Yeah, but they keep
Still.
flip-flopping between
But
second.
still, they only just fell to 3rd last night. They were on there for like a good week.
Well, first off, I feel like the fan votes now, with the way the All-Star is set up, should only count for the captains, or the 50% should only count for the captains.
That's good. Yeah, because it's shit like this that why Trae Young is a starter. Because everyone else, the thing is like it's not so much the voting that fucked them up. It's I think how they listed Butler as a front court player instead of a backcourt player. Because then you can't really justify having Trae Young as a starter over Jimmy Butler in the backcourt.
Okay, I don't know. I had it somewhere, but I still remember it. They broke it down on ESPN for the starters. 50% is fans, 25% is media, 25% is players. Jimmy Butler was 4th for the backcourt with fans. He was 2nd for the media. You know who fucked Jimmy Butler?
The players. 6th, right? He was 6th in player voting?
How the fuck do you pick Trae Young? Yo, for a second-year player, Trae Young is killing it. The stats he's putting up are more or less historic.
Yeah. This is not to take anything away from Trae Young.
But 2 things. First off, let's not dilute ourselves. And if he was playing just 10 years ago, let alone 20 years ago, his stats would not be what they are. Yeah. Secondly, his defense is absolutely terrible. It's atrocious. Yeah. And by the way, he has the worst record in the fucking league. Just not the East, the league. Or now it's tied, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to pick him over Jimmy Butler, bro?
Who almost since coming to Miami made this team a legit
bro. Everywhere he goes, he's a winner. You remember all those years he was with the Chicago Bulls? When he had a team, they were playoff bound. Even when they were injury riddled, they were positioned for playoffs. The 1 year he's with the Timberwolves, before he's injured, they're the 3rd seed. They're the 3rd seed, though, before he got injured. And then they make it to the playoffs. They're the 7th seed when he comes back. But before he got injured, 3rd seed. When he's with Philly, they almost beat the NBA champions. And now Philly can't.
Oh, yeah. Philly last year in the playoffs was all Jimmy Butler. He was the only consistent player and closer for that team.
Closer. That was the key thing. And now just randomly, Miami, I know they've picked up a lot of other pieces, but the one big piece they pick up is Butler, and they go from completely underachieving every single year to now they're living up to the hype.
And Philly goes from 2nd or 3rd seed for the past few years.
And they've been borderline 6th.
Yep. It's not a coincidence. So yeah, no, it's atrocious. It's a monstrosity. I'm mad. I'm big mad.
Bro, and the thing that's so weird is that the players normally never vote for a second year. The only player who's ever done that was Kobe Bryant.
I think they was it Chuck? What the fuck is his name? Big fat dude.
The Phoenix from TNT.
Yeah, he said that it's
Charles Barkley.
Because of
players hate him.
Players don't like him. Yeah,
but my thing is, bro, you don't have to. Players didn't like Michael Jordan, and they still respect the shit out of him.
You gotta respect people. That's it. It's like if you're talking just like the talent, you gotta put all that bias aside.
Yeah, and another thing too, as great as Luka's doing, the fact that he was 2nd. I believe he was 2nd for everybody.
I'm not too mad at that. The thing about the West is there's so much in the West. Like, for example, Lillard not being a starter is upsetting, but it's at the same time, it's like, for the same reason that we said Butler should have been.
Who is the point guard starter again?
Is it not Luka?
Yeah.
Luka, Harden,
That's Luka, Harden, Kawhi,
LeBron,
and
AD.
80. Yeah. Yeah.
So the way the West is like for this, and my justification is for Lillard not being a starter for the same reason that Trey shouldn't have been a starter over Butler. I guess Luka is a more deserving starter than Lillard only because he has his team.
You mean? Yeah. Yeah.
In a higher seeding, which I think should factor.
No, I agree with that. And technically, he's having the better season. How do you feel about? You remember how we are a huge fan. Fuck the seeding for East and West. Let's make it 1 through 16.
Yeah.
How do you feel about 1 through? How many total would it be? It's 12 for each team.
12 what?
Players for each conference.
I'm not sure for the All-Star game.
Yeah, I believe it's 12. But whatever it is, it's like the top 24. Do you want to keep it 12 and 12, or do you just want the top 24?
I'm not sure.
Because, bro, Devin Booker.
Oh, yeah, Devin Booker not getting snubbed. Isn't this the second time he gets snubbed in a row?
Yes, bro. And he's having his best season of his career, just not with points, but assists and rebounds. And I believe he's doing a career high for steals, or it was.
But again, the only thing about the West is so loaded with superstars. There can only be so many.
I know that, but, bro, this comes back. Who would you rather have, Trey Young or Devin Booker?
Devin Booker.
Bro, I read some stat.
Well, who's deserving of it more? Devin Booker.
And his team is better.
Yeah.
Better record. Tougher conference.
Yeah.
In terms of from top to bottom.
Yeah.
And, I read some crazy stat. He at some point, he posted 7 straight 30-plus point games, bro.
Booker?
Yeah, 7 straight, which is a franchise record, which is crazy when you think about the players they've had. But he is now second in terms of most 30-point games for a player under 24. He surpassed LeBron James, bro.
Wow.
And I know it's a little different era, but as we're giving credit to Luka.
3-point era. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know, bro.
Okay.
But, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. Because you remember how we were going, comparing, bro? I really feel if we pick the top 24 players, at least 15 are coming from the West. At least.
15. Yeah. Yeah.
When you really think about it.
Yeah. No. That's exactly what I was saying about the West, why it's almost understandable why certain players aren't going to get in just because who they have to get in over.
But that fucks with money, bro.
But think about how many superstars or stars in general are in the West, and there's only 5 starting spots.
Yeah, but my thing is when they do the all NBA teams, they don't divide it up by conference. They do the best of the best.
All NBA isn't divided by conference?
Is it?
I think it is. Is it not?
Are you sure?
I'm not. I don't know now.
I don't think so. That's why they have the first, second, and third team.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're not. Because I was thinking they were talking about Bradley Beal would.
He's another person who got snubbed, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you pick Trey Young in terms of position over Bradley Beal? Which, by the way, Washington has a better record. And personally, I've preferred watching Washington over Atlanta because at least they keep it entertaining.
Yeah.
When Atlanta loses, they're getting their ass busted.
And if we're mentioning Bradley Beal as a backcourt player, then it should be Kemba and Bradley over Jimmy still.
Yes, but I'm saying
at least this year in terms of stats, but not if you're considering seeding, which then it would be back to.
But what I'm saying, if you're going to go with the stats anyways, go with Bradley Beal.
Yeah, if you're not going to have seeding into consideration, then Bradley Beal for sure over over Trey.
And I know we sound like we're hating, but in terms of the history of the All-Star game, this is only his second year, his placement.
He's going to be an All-Star.
Eventually.
Yeah, it's just like, man.
Yo, if I was Bradley Beal, I'm like, I'm putting up similar numbers. I'm on a better team. My team has a much better point differential.
Yeah. He's having a career year.
Just like Booker.
Luka too, but Luka's a second-year player.
Yeah, but Luka.
Trey.
But once again, Luka's playing in the West, and he has his team where he hasn't.
Yeah,
even though
deserving. There's
Luka,
nothing I can say about it.
As of late, he hasn't been playing well in terms of late game stuff.
But I still, there's no justification for me to not have him in the starter as a starter.
Yeah, but I was trying to move over to the records, the standings.
Oh,
do you have anything else to say about the All-Star?
No.
Okay, all right.
I'm good.
Well, Dallas has been falling. Luka, I read some stat. He's like 5 for his last 33 3-pointers.
The West is kind of leveling out.
In what sense?
Records.
In terms of what we thought it would be,
it's a little bit closer now. Like it's not as close as the top 5 is the top 7 in the East or top 6 in the East. Because 2 through 6 in the East is separated by 2.5 games, which is crazy. And in the West, 1 through 4 is separated by 4 games, and 5 through 7 is separated by like a game.
Yeah.
So not really a big chance for like 7, 6, and 7 to climb up to 2 and 3 right now, at least where we stand. But between 1 and 3 can switch around, or 1 through 4, and then 5 through 7 can switch around a lot in the. Whereas like in the East, just 2 through 6 is just fucking. It's a dogfight. Like at the end of the week, we might get Philly 2nd and Miami 6th for all we know, or the Raptors because they're 2nd now.
No, but the Raptors just 9-10 days ago they fell all the way to 5th or 4th or 5th, and now they're back in 2nd.
Yep. Until Miami wins tonight.
They've won 7 straight.
Have they really?
Yes, they have.
The Raptors are on a 7-game winning streak?
Yeah, they've won 8 of their...
Holy shit.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. They had a little slid where they went like 500 for a good stretch, and now they're rolling.
So second to
Milwaukee.
To the Bucks, they have the second longest streak.
In the East.
Yeah. No, period.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. Okay, let's finish with the East. Okay, I have no confidence in Brooklyn now, bro.
No, Kyrie didn't play last night, but still.
No, I thought he did. No, he didn't play. But the night before, he scored 45.
Yeah,
bro. But Kobe influenced so many people.
Yeah, that's why he didn't play, right?
No, because Kobe was legit his mentor.
Yeah.
They met up in the Olympics.
They should have canceled last night's game. Did you see how many players were on the court just bawling their eyes out?
Dude, ESPN made a whole video of the clips. It was 18 minutes long of players crying.
That's fucked.
Every single game that was played, both teams
did at least 4 shot clock violations, the 8-second violations, yeah.
Yeah, which is so weird that his numbers perfectly.
Yeah, I thought that too. I'm like, man, what are the odds? 8 and 24?
Dude,
if he wore 14, would they take a violation for the rebound?
Bro, my thing is, so many things about what happened to him is just so coincidental. It's in a different episode we need to discuss what is life, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, but getting back. Okay, so how do you want to break down the East? First off, like we've been saying, bro, Philly needs to either trade Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
They just do not play well.
It just you have to. They're basically playing the same
style.
Yeah. You have a point guard playing like a small center.
Dude, he's basically playing like Magic Johnson when he played center.
Yeah.
Dude, he doesn't even attempt. You remember? You know what's so funny? Zion Williamson, his first career game, hit more 3-pointers than Ben Simmons attempted for his career.
Yeah. Didn't Zion Williamson hit 4 in 3 minutes?
4 for 4.
In 3 minutes?
Yeah.
He scored 17 in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I just want to say, I've been silenced because I was one of those, I wasn't hating on Zion, but I was like, let the dude play one NBA game before you start putting him in your top 20.
Well, for me, it was never that. For me, is he going to be able to play on court?
Right, but it was like, it's almost the same thing. It was like, well, put him next to NBA players in a real game. Is he going to do what he's doing?
But, bro,
and so far he is.
But he did. Summer League and preseason.
But Summer League and preseason, I still like asterisk, right? Like, I want to see it in an NBA game that matters. Okay. And then 3 games in, I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, he's averaging over 15 points in just 20 minutes per game? That's
on crazy percentage.
Yeah,
Mind you,
but
a lot
he's
of it is,
always
like, in the
but
paint.
he's always been like that. In Duke, he shot. It was some crazy shit. He shot over 70%.
Yeah. So he
Field goal percentage.
So far, he's legit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's an underrated passer. He is a diesel LeBron.
Yeah.
When you really
He just
think,
needs to lose a little more weight.
and he needs to stop landing on one foot. If you watch a lot of his rebounds and stuff.
Yo, Utah. I want to give a shout out to Utah.
Well, first,
Second
let's.
in the
Are we done
West.
with the West? I mean,
The
done
East?
with the East.
Yeah. More
Just-
can you say 2 through 6 is a dogfight. Milwaukee's gonna have the best record in the league.
Yo,
They're on
do
pace
you
for
think-
71 games?
Do you think they're going to go for it? 70.
I don't think they win it, but I think they go for it. I don't think they get 70.
They're getting 66 plus easily, though.
Probably. I just don't see how they keep this up for the rest of the season.
Dude, technically they're worse than last year in terms of talent. But as we said before,
Giannis
Greek,
is just like doing everything right.
historic.
Yeah. All right. So the West, Lakers are still first, to my surprise.
To my surprise, too.
I still can't believe it. But the Jazz being second after that. I remember a few episodes ago we were talking about that stretch that Jazz went through where they got blown out like 5 games in a row. They were like 7th at risk of falling out of a playoff spot, and then they won like 13 in a row.
So, what do you have to say about them?
It's fucking crazy. Just fucking wow.
So you want to know the record of the last 21? 19, so
That's fucking crazy. You know what one of those losses is?
to Miami, in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they also lost to the Clippers.
Yeah. Yo, the Heat are 20-2 at home now. Both losses to LA teams.
Yes. Bro, I just don't like the Clippers, bro. It just frustrates me how you can beat the best of the best, and then the very next game, you lose to the worst of the worst.
They blew, I believe it was a 21-point lead to the Hawks, or 17 or something
No, it was 20-something.
to the Hawks.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're getting blown out at home by bad teams. I don't understand. But despite all that, they're 3.5 games out of first.
Yeah.
With Kawhi missing a lot of games, PG's been missing like 7 or 8. Denver, I'm surprised how not good they are. Like, they're only 4 games out, but I'm surprised they're not in the top 2.
I'm actually surprised they don't have the number 1 seed, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm surprised they're not top 2.
I thought they would have improved from last year, and technically, from a records perspective, they've stayed neutral, if not declined.
Houston at 6 is surprising to me. Like, it's not, but it is. Because, like, I thought they were a regular season team.
But they're 4-6 their last 10. They went how many? They went what, like 3 straight games they lost?
You know what the most impressive team in the West right now is outside of Utah?
Memphis.
No, the Thunder, bro.
Oh. Yes,
Memphis, yes and no. Yes, because they're in a playoff spot.
They have a better record than OKC the last 10. They're 8-2 their last 10, bro.
I don't think they catch up to OKC, though. I think.
Well, that's just because they had such a deep. The fact that they're the 8th seed and they keep the 8th seed is a miracle.
Yeah, I don't think they'll keep it. By the way, assuming the Spurs don't trade away DeMar and LA, the Spurs are gonna sneak into the 8th. But what OKC has done with this team that nobody thought was even a playoff team.
Chris fucking Paul, put some respect on the man's name.
The team is 1 game behind the Rockets.
Yo, technically they're 1 game behind the 5th seed.
That's fucking crazy.
Bro, I would.
Does that say more about what Chris Paul and OKC are doing or what Houston is not doing?
I think this more so proves OKC. It proves the value of Alexander and then the value of Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Me and you said it all season long. Rockets are misusing him his second year. You just don't go from a perfect offensive system the first year and then it just falls apart the second.
Yeah. Just the Rockets, I thought for sure were a regular season team, but so far they're not even that.
Yo, but Westbrook, he is the sole reason why they're staying afloat.
In the last few games.
Yes. Well,
because he was shooting career lows before that, the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but like the past 8-10 games, he's been posting triple doubles again, 30s, 40s. He just posted a season high 44, 45.
Which, if we can be honest, they're also what in their last 10?
4 and 6. But okay, to be fair though, I would put a lot of those losses on Harden, not him, because a lot of those losses where he's balling out, Harden. Yo, bro, let me read you this.
I don't even want to put it on Harden. No, I'm putting it on D'Antoni.
Bro,
why does he still have a job?
Dude, can we not do this revisionist history? D'Antoni is a hell of a coach.
Why does he still have a job with this team?
Okay, that's a
his
fair
whole
point.
offense is give the ball to Harden.
But that's not his offense, bro. His offense is he likes to... Okay, have you seen them when Westbrook's on the court but Harden's off?
But then why
have you
not
seen
allowing
that?
it? But is he not allowing Harden to ISO every possession when he's on the floor?
When Harden has more power than you do, that's not your... What can you do?
Man, why is the coach not the most powerful person on the team?
Bro, you're acting like the NBA... LeBron James? You think Frank Vogel has more power than LeBron James?
You need these coaches who control their teams.
Bro, there's only been a handful of those in NBA history.
Like, okay, and obviously, I'm not going to mention the Heat because that would be biased, but let's just go with Popovich. You think that would fly under Popovich?
Okay.
Popovich would bench Harden.
Take away Popovich, take away Doc Rivers.
Spoelstra.
That's only because of the GM. If it wasn't for the GM, people would run over Spoelstra, bro.
Not anymore. The way Spoelstra has been the last few years, I've noticed he went from a guy who was like you said, because of the GM and everything. But now it's just like it's like he realized what he is and how long he's been doing it. That he's just finally like giving himself that respect.
But bro, if he did not have the full support,
no, absolutely, you need support from your GM to say, hey, if I'm going to bench our star player because he's playing like shit, you're not going to fire me.
Look at last year with the Celtics. I would have never said Brad Stevens would lose control of our locker room, and what ends up happening?
Yeah,
bro, it's players, dude. They're like what? Think about it. The Rockets went from perfect unison, 67 and 15, and then the next year Harden is dominating the ball. People forget the first year Harden was not that ball hog. Not like he is now. He was actually getting assists. He was passing it to Chris Paul.
And I don't know why you have now like a better you have Harden on your Westbrook on your team. And it just feels like it's still like I feel like it's more ISO now than ever. And it could be why he's having these career numbers in terms of like how much he's scoring.
Who,
like,
Harden?
Harden, but you're not winning. It's my complaint I've had about him forever. Same with Westbrook. Overall, over a career, especially after, post KD. Yeah. You're putting up amazing numbers, but at what cost?
But I will at least give this to Westbrook. At least he keeps... Yes, he is technically a ball hog. Like, he dominates the ball. But at least he does try to keep the ball moving. Harden, bro, it's 20 seconds. He has the ball.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it is insane. When Harden's on the floor, they are... like bottom 3 in terms of pace. When Westbrook's on the floor and Harden isn't, they're number 1.
Yeah. No, it's I have a lot to say about Westbrook that aren't positive, but compared to Harden, bro, there's no more than like 2 things that I can positively say about Harden. His game, I've said it over and over. I don't even want to say it again. It's not fun to watch. It's not winning basketball.
Yo, but can I say this real quick?
Huh.
There has only been 7 games in NBA history where a player missed 16 threes.
And he's got like 5 of them?
He has 6 of the 7.
Jesus. Kobe, there was an interview, I think it was with Tim McGrady on it as well, and they asked him about, like, do they think, he was asked if he thinks that...
it's not winning basketball.
Yeah. That the Rockets would win, and he's like, no. As long as they play that system of ISO, it's not that much ball.
We'll never win a championship.
We'll never win a championship, and he's not wrong. There's no way. That's why it's a regular season game. You can win a couple games here and there. You might win a lot of games, but that's not holding up in the playoffs. rotations get shorter.
As history has shown with the
pace
Rockets.
slows down. Even though the pace slowing down is probably a good thing for Harden, but yeah.
I know, bro.
The bottom of the West is the bottom of the West, just like the bottom of the East. There's no chance any of them are getting. I no longer think Portland has any chance to sneak into the playoffs.
And New Orleans has no shot. Even though they have the easiest schedule, I just don't see it happening.
There's no way they're getting in over San Antonio or Memphis.
Yeah, I agree. And, dude, it really kills me because 2 streaks are going to end.
Lillard.
Yes.
And JJ?
Yeah.
JJ could still be traded. I don't think he will, though.
No, they're not going to trade him.
They should.
Dude, that's sad, man. And the crazy part...
You know what? He chose to go there.
I was just about to say that.
So you see how Bradley Beal was so pissed off at the Wizards? He said, I've never been so mad at the organization since being with them because they're so bad.
Oh, recently?
Yeah. Bro, you signed the extension. You could have been in the Heat.
I heard about that. I didn't hear what he specifically said.
Could have been on the Heat. But you know what? You'll be on the Heat next year, so it's all good.
But my thing is, I don't like how he's complaining because at least they're competitive.
Yeah.
It's not like the...
I think he probably just feels like, last year and this year are his 2 best career seasons.
Dude, not even close. And by the way, these are his 2 years where he's been the healthiest.
Yeah.
He used to have injury problems.
Yeah. And now it's going to waste. But again... He knew what he was doing when he signed up for that. He wanted the money, and he knew he couldn't be traded that year. But at the end of the season, he can't be traded. And he will be a Heat player.
You think so?
I know so. He idolizes Wade. And he sees... you can't be this good and want to be on a shit team. And
I wouldn't be surprised if somehow he finds a way to L.A., whichever team it is.
I think or the Nuggets. That was another team that was a lot of speculation before he signed the extension. It was like the Heat, the Nuggets.
They need a clutch person.
Yeah,
that's my only problem with the Nuggets. When it comes to the final minute, they don't have a go-to guy.
Yeah,
they really don't.
I wouldn't. I would be upset if he joined the Lakers only because you already have LeBron and AD. Then I'd be like, that's a cop-out move. Where if you join the Heat, it's like you only have Bam and Jimmy, which is as good as they are for us. They're not LeBron and AD.
But my only problem with that, who would be the clutch person then? Because both him and Jimmy are the people who take the last shot. So they would have to work that out. If he went to LA, he would be the person taking the last shot.
I think with Miami, if they continued the system that they have now, it
wouldn't
even be down to like Beal or
it would be whoever's hot.
Whoever is hot, because that's how Miami's been playing all year.
All year, yeah.
Which is like they play like such a team. I would just love for him to be on there. That would just be another. The way Miami have been on offense lately, Adam Beal would just be like. I was having a conversation with someone, and we'll close with this because it'll just be like one side comment.
Okay, but by the way, they would easily become the second best team in the East, and it wouldn't be close.
Yes. Okay. The whole Giannis 2021 shit, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's clearing cap space for Giannis. It's not just the Heat, but the Heat are also doing it, right?
Everybody's doing it.
As a fan, strictly a fan, a Heat fan,
okay,
I would much rather, if you gave me the choice, to have Beal over Giannis on this Heat team. And I'll tell you why, before you call me crazy like everyone else did.
No, I think that's legitimate.
Thank you. Okay, but this is my reasoning. As a fan, if you watch the Bucks highlights, Giannis is 100% of the highlights. Everything that has to do with the Bucks is Giannis.
But they still play a team game.
Right. But if you look at the Heat, every highlight, every night is a different player. Duncan hit some threes. Dragic did this off the bench. Nunn is undrafted and did this. Jimmy Butler. Bam's having a breakout season.
Well, the reason why I wouldn't want Giannis, I don't think he complements Jimmy. I think they're too similar, my opinion.
But I also think it's just like all the it would fit with my. Don't get me wrong. In terms of like
no, he's
fitting,
the type of from a mindset. He represents the Miami culture,
and it would. And as far as how the team is built right now, it would complement the Heat
because of the shooters.
Because he's got so many other options that if he's off, which he never is, he's got so many options. So in terms of like a basketball point of view, obviously Giannis is better than Bradley Beal for a Heat team or any team. But from a fan perspective, I would much rather win with a Beal as your second best player or first best player.
Can I give you a better option?
Huh.
Get rid of Butler, get Greek and Bill.
I like Butler, though.
No, I know. But I'm saying the Greek and Butler personally would never fit because they do too many similar things.
The Greek and Butler?
Yes.
Yeah, but which is why I would rather have Beal and Butler.
No, that
With
if you had
Bam,
to, if
Duncan
you had to
Robinson,
choose between the
Dragic.
two.
Oh, man, that would just be beautiful.
No, I agree, dude. Bill is, but the thing that's so great about Bill, he could go to so many teams and be the second best player. Well, the two LA teams, he would have to be the third, but he would complement every team so well.
It's just the consistency in scoring that he would bring to this Heat team would just be like you said, easily second best team, and it wouldn't even be close.
No, it wouldn't. And you might make the case they can make a run for the Bucks.
Yeah. They would be easily the best second team, and it wouldn't be far from first.
I agree.
Yeah. So Beal, he will be a Miami Heat player before the offseason ends.
That's a bold statement.
That's not that bold if you think about it. It will happen. He will demand a trade, and the Heat will make it happen. These days in the NBA, the only way that a player can not be in a certain team is if he doesn't say he wants to be there. Let me reword that.
No, that's...
If a player wants to go somewhere, all he has to do is say it. Because if the team wants him there, they will make, like, whether they're hard cap, like the Heat were with Jimmy Butler. Once Jimmy Butler says, I want to be on the Heat, teams will find a way.
Yeah, because the moment the player says, I don't want to be for a team...
fuck the team you're with, so now you have to give him up.
Yeah.
And Miami is as hard capped as they may be. If any type of player that they want goes out and publicly says, I want to play for you, he will play for them. And Jimmy and Beal will play for the Heat next year.
That's...
Book it. Make that the title of this video, or part of the title. Beal will be a Miami Heat player next year. I don't know how you can word that.
That's too long.
Beal Heat. Beal plus Heat.
Real quick, we're going to end on this because you did your Miami thing.
Okay.
LeBron James having the season he's having in his 17th year. How do you feel about that?
Man's a fucking...
It's not natural.
No, he's a specimen of
human DNA.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just...
It's With that aside, have you seen like how much of the media was going crazy about Jaylen Brown dunking on LeBron?
Yes.
As much as we're praising LeBron for being a freak athlete in year 37, with that same thing in mind, him getting dunked on in year 37, I'm just not impressed.
You mean year 17?
Year 17, it just means nothing to me.
No. Dude, the player is 15 years younger than him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't fucking matter. He could get dunked on by Caruso if he was on opposite teams, and I'd just be like, well, LeBron's 37, so...
35.
Doesn't matter. Whatever the fuck LeBron is doing, it's basically like almost like hypocritical because everything he's doing for his age is amazing, but
Let's put it like this. What is it? Like 75, 80% of players don't even play 17 years in the NBA.
Right.
He's having an MVP season, leading the league in assists in his 17th season.
Right. So all the good things he does were accredited to him being a freak of nature, and then all the bad things that happen to him, we're just gonna be like, well, he's old, so
yeah.
His age is the reason why it's so incredible what he's doing, and it's also the excuse as to why he can't do the things he used to do.
That's a cop-out, but still, it's like when you're in your 17th year, you're not going to go for as many blocks when you're about to get jammed on as you used to.
And at least he's going up for it.
Yeah, which is not something he did the previous 4 or 5 years.
That's a lot of things. A lot of people in their prime wouldn't even go up for a dunk like that, and he's like, "No, I'm still gonna try to defend it."
Yeah,
I don't think getting posterized is a bad thing,
bro. The same thing.
At least you went for the play. You could have just been like, "Not today."
The same thing with the crossover, bro. We hype the crossover so much more than we should, especially when half the crossovers are push-offs.
Yeah. Yeah, and at least they're trying to defend it instead of saying, I'm not going to be in your highlight.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. You're going to be on their highlight, but at least you tried.
I 100% agree.
And this is it, ladies and gentlemen.
We did introduce ourselves, right? Awesome.
I got us.
So thank you guys for joining us for another Rhinos and Aliens
Another
After
one.
Dark. LLPH.
Yeah, LL Cool J.
Cadoodle.
Cadoodle.
If you want to subscribe, just hit this bad boy up here, that big fat rhino. If you want the newest video, to the right. If you want the recommended, to the left. And then, of course, our personal dick pic. Yep, right below. So thank you for joining us once again, and we hope to see you next week. So peace out.
Peace.